Welcome to the Saturday stream. I hope everyone's having an awesome Saturday morning. We've got hello. We've got our usual guest, Mr. Bailey the cat, who will be joining us today. I think out of all, Bailey's the one that always hangs out the most, right?
He's usually the one I can find, because he's like my little shadow.
Hold on, that's really weird. I think your volume's like super low. Hold on, maybe No, I got you all the way 100%.
Hang on a sec, let me check the settings.
Yeah, sometimes...
I just did an update, so...
Yeah, it could be that. Let me just reset my camera too. Alright, cool. Today we also have a very special iteration, as we're going to do a poll today. We're going to do a poll today to see if we can get one of the chickens named. We have well, Bree has at this time 3 chickens, and they need names, folks. So start thinking of some good names to throw up in the poll. Memmius in the last Saturday Caturday threw up some really good ones. Namely, Attila the Hen, Egbert Einstein, Spirefall with a couple of suggestions, Nugget, Tendy. I think Tendy. Wait, I don't know. Nugget. Just straight up Nugget. That might be a good one. Nickname Tendy. 10. Nice. There we go. We're getting some good ones. Yes, Amelia Eggheart. Yes.
I like that one the best.
Hey Justin,
fun.
how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, we're getting some good ones. We're getting some good suggestions, so stick with us, folks, and we'll do a poll. And I'm gonna start Hey. Okay, there we go. I like Nugget.
That is a horrible thing to call a pet chicken.
It sounds cute though.
I disagree.
Alright, let me start writing this down. Attila the Hen. Egbert Einstein. Amelia Eggheart. Gigi. Okay, we got a few names coming in. Albert Eggstein. Okay, that's what it was. I thought it was Egbert Einstein. Albert Eggstein. I guess either variation works too. I'm gonna write all of them down. Okay, so we got definitely a few suggestions. Bear with us while we figure out the the sound, because it was fine when we checked it beforehand. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I have you boosted all the way up, so I don't know what the heck. Yeah, all the way up.
That's really weird. It's turned up all the way on my end.
Wait, let me pause this. Okay. Can you that might be better. All right, let's see if that one works. I just paused the music cuz it sounds very low. It sounds very low.
Hello, testing, 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 testing.
Yeah, it's like not even making a single. So on the audio level, it's like very 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 low. Which is really weird.
Testing,
Oh
testing,
yeah.
testing.
There we go. I don't know what you did, but there we go.
Alright.
That was much better. It's a little bit still a little low, but it's a world of difference from earlier.
Okay, good.
Let me lower the music just a little bit. Okay.
Take long.
What happened?
I said there goes Discord. That
Yeah.
didn't take long.
Well. Okay, so I guess it's not us. It's not us because there's no way that we should be having an issue on either end. So it's definitely not us. So it's just Discord is being really bad. It's just Discord being really bad. I blame Discord.
Discord doesn't like us.
Yeah, but that's okay. BRB, no problem. So today we have obviously the chill Saturday Caturday. This is the opportunity for us to hang out with you guys and hang out with Bailey the cat. And we have a couple of headlines to go over. We do have some headlines to go over. Then we'll go into, if we have enough time, we can throw up some games, or maybe throw. Oh, I have to get Among Us. Shoot, that's my fault. Throw up some games, or
It's a small game. It downloads fast.
yeah, I'll start doing that. I'll start doing that while we read some headlines, and we may be able to get a couple of games. Today I plan to head down and bring some of my stuff to my parents' house so I can clear up some space and move some stuff around so I can have a little bit of breathing room and try to rearrange some stuff, because I need to figure out a way I need to figure out something I can do to give a good space for the kitty cat to hang out here.
I told you, get her one of these beds.
Yeah, she has a bed. She has a really nice one too, but she doesn't use it.
Did you put catnip in it like I told you to?
Yes, and I got the really good one too. Like the catnip that I got is
I
it's
grow
called
my own. They like it way better.
Yeah, I need to grow my own. What was I gonna say? I have I bought something called cat weed, like the brand cat weed, and
that stuff's good.
yeah, she goes nuts for cat weed. Like I put it inside the little cube thing so she can go in it, and she sometimes goes in it, and when she does, she just like rolls around in the cube. She just rolls around in the cube, and I put it in the cat bed, in the new cat bed, which is kind of similar to the one that Bailey has. Very similar. and she hangs out in it occasionally. Um, but
Occasionally.
yeah, I'm trying to get her to use the cat condo because we have I put the cat condo right there for her. She sometimes uses it, but very rarely. Like when
Aw.
when we had the two little garter snakes that were hanging out here in the garden, what she did was she figured out she can get on top of the cat condo, go behind the windowsill, and just stare at them, and just try to like get them in her mind. But
That's funny.
yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, Bailey does that at night sometimes with the flying bugs outside the glass doors.
Yeah, it's interesting because the
He likes
snake.
to jump up at them.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like the snake actually like went up to the cat in the window and was trying to
Oh
figure out
yeah.
and was trying
Yeah,
to
like,
figure
hey,
out.
what is this?
Yeah, and why is it staring at me?
Garter snakes are cool.
Yeah, and it didn't seem afraid of the cat, which is really weird. Because it wasn't a big garter snake, it was a very, very tiny one. And, well, in comparison, because I've seen some big ones. I've seen some big ones. There was, at least one.
Oh,
That-
have you now, Carlos?
Yes, there was one twice that size in our garden. And at my parents' house, there's one even bigger. There's one even bigger. Hey, Hambliss, how's it going? Kitty cat, yes. The resident cat.
He's got his Christmas mouse from Great Grandma.
His Christmas mouse. We had some cat toys that are like, they're shaped like cats. You know, like little cat toys that are shaped like cats, with catnip, right? They have the catnip stuff, but she only played with them for a couple of days, and I guess once the scent of catnip goes away, she doesn't touch them at all. But
Yeah, well, you can make a catnip spray and spray her toys. That way she stays playing with them.
interesting. Like what's funny?
Come on, dude. Come on.
What's funny is that there's little cat mouses or mices. Meese. Look, it's meese. All right. That are infused with catnip, and she has yet to stop playing with those, and it's been a couple of months. She loves those little tiny mouse toys,
Yeah.
and she will bite them, she'll chase them, she'll fling them, and then try to catch them in midair.
Mm-hmm. Little baby. Just like him. Sleep.
Dude, the other night, I didn't leave food out for Vaquita, so what she did was she started purring at my side, and then when I didn't wake up, or I didn't get up, I should say, she started like licking my hand or my arm, and then when I didn't get up, she like bit it. She put like her teeth, not, I wouldn't consider that a bite, but she like put her teeth on my hand, and then like finally she like bit me, like, yo, I've been asking for food for the past like 10 minutes and you haven't gotten up. Furthermore, you were supposed to leave me food last night and you didn't. So needless to say, I got up, but it's interesting because like she'll try to ask nicely.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Ow. No big deal. I just ran my knee into the table I keep under my desk.
Ouch.
I thought I thought it would be a great idea. Oh, let me just put this coffee table under my desk. I can keep my books on it, stuff. All I do is ram my knee into it.
Nice. But hey, at least you got a coffee table with a bunch of books in it.
Right?
You bought a backdrop instead of a green screen? Yeah, no, this is not a green screen. This is the legitimate backdrop. The field, the death, the field of death that you're seeing, Hamlet, is actually from the camera. That's what you're seeing. And such that a green screen wouldn't have. Ooh, if you know how to work if you know how to work your magic, I can make a webcam do this effect with a green screen. I can do a webcam to make this effect with a green screen, but it takes a little bit of finagling. No, not with shadows though. Oh, actually, you know what? I could probably trick it. So here's what I would do. I would try to take a picture of the backdrop exactly as it is with the shadows, and then green screen myself in so that it makes it kind of look like maybe I could fake it. But no, you're right. It wouldn't be natural. It wouldn't be natural like this. It would not be natural like this. That you can only do that with a camera with a lens to give you that field of that depth of field. Sorry, I don't know if it's whichever one is correct. You can't get it naturally like that. You could try. You can finagle it. You can sprinkle some magic with some photoshops, and then green screen yourself in. But it won't be exactly like you said. It won't be 100% correct. But hey, you can do cool stuff with the green screen. Oh no, wait, I left the green screen up there with you. I was about to say I have a green screen, but not yet. I can get another one. It's like $10. Now, what I used to do, Hamlet, is on top of these panels, there are, I put, what is it called? Velcro. There it is. On top of these panels, I put Velcro. So what I would do is I would Velcro the green screen over the panels so that when I would do other stuff, I can just green screen and then I could take it off and I would have the panels. So that's what I used to do. Because believe it or not, there exists a gaming channel that I first started on Twitch a very long time ago. I think it's Grunt726 or is it I think it's Grunt726 or GRNTC. Yes, thank you, Firefall. Which is a alt account that I used to stream on, which I may or may not revive. Yes, it is. Thank you, Spirefall. Spirefall knows my alt accounts. I like it. It looks great. Thank you. I appreciate that. Which I used to play, which I may revive it, just to play like strictly video games. I played a lot of real-time strategy games, and occasionally I would play Overwatch, things like that. So I used to green screen with that, and then I would take it down to do a difficult truth back in the day when I used to do just video YouTube. When I used to do only the occasional YouTube video, I would just take it down and have the panels, put the green screen back up, so on and so forth. They used to be different colors too. Play Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium. Interesting. You're a detective. It's a detective game. It's a detective RPG game. The final cut came out. Yeah, I'm actually just reading that right now. You love that game? Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to revive that channel. In fact, there is an Empire Earth Discord that I have, because I used to play a lot of Empire Earth, which is a strategy game, and I used to have that going, but I may revive it again. I've been meaning to because I do miss it. I do miss playing, just like doing the whole like strictly video games kind of thing. So that may be my. I may moonlight as a video game streamer. Thank you for the follow, Nowhere Man. I appreciate that. So if you guys notice, we have a personalized bot. It's called A Difficult Bot, and Stream Elements gave me the option of renaming it, so I think that's pretty cool. You love that game? Yeah, like I said, Spirefall, there has been a there have been people who have asked me to bring it back, so I may just like revive it and actually make all the adjustments I need, because I don't have all the little, you know, emotes or anything like that ready like I was able to do with this channel. Because like let's be honest, like this is the stuff that I'm really passionate about. Politics is like the thing. And I think that video games for me are a good de-stressor for decompressing and things like that. So I may just do that as well. Gotta bring that back. Gotta bring that back. Bailey.
Yeah, I just scared him.
Alright, we do have some headlines to go over. So I think we're gonna go over some headlines and then see if we can get a couple of games. I think Among Us downloaded. Yeah, I think it's ready, so I'll just fire up some headlines. There are a handful. I think we got about like what, 5, and then we can maybe play a couple of games. I think that sounds fair to me. Alright, so let me move over here. Sweet. Perfect.
What was that?
I don't know. Is that Bailey the cat?
No, he didn't move. I heard something fall behind me.
Maybe one of the boxes fell.
This is bizarre. No, everything's intact.
Weird.
Scary. I hate when I forget my password to things.
I prefer the Bailey backdrop.
Thanks.
What is in front of her computer with the colored sections? That's a good question.
These?
Let me see.
This?
Oh yeah, those are like
They're
cups.
coasters.
Cups.
They're cups.
Okay, they're coasters for cups. That makes sense. That's where my mind was. All right, that's what it is. All right. That's how my mind works. Okay.
Why are you like this?
Wait, Nowhere Man. Hold on, I think I know who this is. There's only one person that would ever call themselves Nowhere Man.
Do you know who it is?
Yeah, I think I know. No, you don't. Okay. I mean, there is someone with a similar name. There's someone with a similar name, but hey, welcome, welcome. Yeah, you see? It is Nowhere Man. You know who this is, right?
I can either confirm or deny these accusations.
Nowhere Man is... Okay, I'm not gonna self-dox, but I know who Nowhere Man is. If I'm correct, if I'm correct, Nowhere Man is the third member of our band. I'll leave it at that. Because there's only one person that would name themselves that way. They're also very similar named on other social media. And Nowhere Man is a Beatles song. So there's only, like I said, there's only one person that would name themselves that. But however, I'm 100% sure. No, I'm exaggerating. I'm semi-confident that I know who this is, and this will be, if I'm correct, that is the third member of the band. Isn't he a bit like you and me? Yeah, you see, you know what I'm talking about. Guys, I think I know who this is.
I don't know what you're talking about, Carlos.
Okay, so I know this person IRL. Oh yeah,
Do you now?
100%. I got your third member right here. Yeah, I'm confident that this is who we think it is. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah.
I wasn't questioning who it was.
Well, folks, hold on. Give a warm welcome to what I think is the third member of the A Difficult Truth band, who, if you guys don't know the lore behind the Difficult Truth, I know I've probably told this story like 10,000 times, but yes, it used to be a band. It is a band. There is a band that does music, and there's three of us. Two of us are on screen. One of us is hanging out in the chat. I've gotta be. I'm 100% confident. Thank you. Please stay seated. Miguel got a standing ovation. Yeah, behind the scenes. Yeah, there you go. I know. I see you. Concert.
I see you. Oh my lord, that's hilarious.
Yeah, there you go. See, I knew it. All right, we figured it out. We broke the code, guys. We broke the code. I love you guys and I miss you guys.
Same here.
Same.
You two live close enough to get together, so make it happen.
Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
So how do you like the little studio setup? I know you haven't seen what's going on over here, but you get a chance to see the studio setup. You get a chance to see what we do.
This isn't his first time here. This is just your first time noticing.
Oh. How embarrassing of me.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said shame.
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 One of these days we do have to make that happen, Hambulis. Or we have to figure out a way to this is my first time as a user and chatter. Okay. So he may have been in the background, but not as an actual Twitch user and chatter. Okay. Either way. One more, folks. One more. Thank you. One more. We've got to figure out a way to get some of the stuff that we've done recorded and put down on audio, like on actual like recorded, you know, lay down the tracks, as we say. There is a channel on the Discord server that says I think it was a difficult album is what I named it, where you can put all where we're gonna put all the original stuff. I put some of the stuff that you made with the beats. I put some of the stuff there, but we also have like us three have also made original music as well, and I think that we should probably lay some of those down. Yeah, we'll do it live. We can, actually. There is a way of doing it live. It's a little bit difficult, but there is a way of us doing it live where somebody can be in completely different rooms. Like, I'll be here, Bree's over there, and you are where you are. It's a little bit difficult to make it happen, but it is possible. It is possible. Oh, Hambelis redeemed a random rift on the mandolin. Okay, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. I think that we should start. We'll do one headline. We'll do one headline, and then we'll do a rift on the mandolin. I'll figure it out. I'll make something up because that's what we do here. I just saw this one and I thought that this was incredibly interesting in terms of like how impactful climate change is. I found this to be a good illustration as to the ramifications of climate change and how humans can impact the entire planet. So much so that we are actually messing with the axis of the Earth. I think this was a perfect, just yet another example of why we should address this and care about this. Climate crisis has shifted the Earth's axis. Massive melting of glaciers has tilted the planet's rotation, showing the impact of human activities. I mean, I think that kind of speaks for itself. When it comes to climate change and the how massive our impact has been. I mean, how much clearer do you need this to be? It's so impactful. We've messed with it so much that
Yeah, I can't believe people. Oh well, I've been alive a long time and I haven't seen it. I'm like, really?
maybe you haven't. I've seen it.
Really?
I've seen it.
Uh,
I've seen it. So we'll go over this, and then we'll do a random rift on the mandolin. All right. The massive melting of glaciers as a result of global heating has caused marked shifts in the Earth's axis of rotation. Since the 90s, research has shown it demonstrates the profound impact humans are having on the planet. True. The planet's geographic north and south poles are the point of where its axis of rotation intersects the surface, but they are not fixed. Changes in how the Earth's mass is distributed around the planet cause the axis and therefore the poles to move.
in the past, only natural factors such as ocean currents and the convection of hot.
Oh, I think we just lost
The
Bree.
1990s. Of course, Discord. Why are you like this?
Yeah.
The loss of hundreds of billions of tons of ice a year into the oceans resulting from the climate crisis has caused poles to move in new directions.
The scientists found the direction of polar drift shifted from southward to eastward in 1995, and that the average speed of drift from 1995 to 2020 was 17 times faster than from 1981 to 1995. Since 1980, the position of the poles has moved about 4 meters in distance. Yikes. So what's the worst that could happen? We fall out of orbit and spiral into the sun. Wait, that's pretty bad. No, I think that like the problem with this, I think, is the problem with the polar with the axis shifting is that has huge implications when it comes to weather patterns and stuff like that, which can have other domino effects that we're not even. I don't think we're even we're even really capable of predicting, but I suspect that this is going to result, if it continues down this path, very, very, very unpredictable weather patterns that we're not used to, which have other domino effects on the ecosystems and so on and so forth. It's like a domino effect, right? You let go of one domino and then they all start falling.
Oh, sorry. Playing around with some new software I got. Oh no, I lost the window. There it is. The accelerated decline in water stored on land resulting from glacial ice melting is the main driver of the rapid polar drift after the 1990s, concluded the team, led by Shan Deng. I'm sorry, I probably pronounced that wrong.
That's
From
alright.
the Institute of Geographic Sciences and Natural Resources.
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 It happens to me all the time, don't worry.
Research at the Chinese Academy of Sciences. Gravity data from the GRACE satellite launched in 2002 had been used to link glacial melting to movements of the pole in 2005 and 2012, both following increases in ice losses. But Deng's research breaks new ground by extending the link to before the satellite's launch, showing human activities have been shifting the poles since the 1990s, almost 3 decades ago.
Right. Like Nowhere Man says, it does fuck up the balance of the Earth. And as Remius says, we have seen this in the past, but we don't really know what the effects are, which is exactly what I was saying. Like we don't necessarily know the ramifications of this, but I do suspect that it's going to mess with weather patterns and stuff like that. And if we are the ones driving a unnatural effect like this, who knows what chain reaction we're setting off. So I think that's the important piece to take from this, because yes, it has happened in the past, but it hasn't happened like this and driven by us to in this manner. So we don't know what type of chain reaction we're setting off here by doing it quicker than it normally would have, exponentially quicker. We don't know what chain reaction we're setting off by what kind of weather patterns. This is going to mess with how crops are grown, how food is grown, water. I mean, this has a lot of effects that we don't know the extent of. How about seismic activity, tectonic plate shifts, earthquakes, and tsunamis? Well, we can and we have seen more extreme natural disasters. I don't know how that will affect tectonic plate shifts, if at all, but I do know that for sure, like, we've had natural disasters that are being exacerbated. We saw last year's hurricane season was horrifying. Not for us, but the Gulf Coast got completely blown away. Areas that normally never see any type of hurricane activity, and were not prepared. Countries like in Central America were not prepared. Got completely wrecked in 2020. I mean, it's just not good, and we're probably going to see more and more of that. Okay. The research published in the journal Geophysical Research Letter showed glacial losses account for most of the shift, but it's likely that the pumping up of groundwater also contributed to the movements. Groundwater is stored under land, but once pumped up for drinking or agriculture, most eventually flows to the sea, redistributing its weight around the world. In the past 50 years, humanity has removed 18 tons of water from deep underground reservoirs without it being replaced. Yikes.
Wow, that's Vincent Humphrey at the University of Zurich, Switzerland, and not involved in the new research, said it showed how human activities have redistributed huge amounts of water around the planet. It tells you how strong this mass change is. It's so big that it can change the axis of the Earth. However, the movement of the Earth's axis is not large enough to affect daily life, he said. It could change the length of a day, but only by milliseconds.
Nice.
Professor Jonathan Overpeck at the University of Arizona, U.S., told The Guardian previously that the changes to the Earth's axis highlighted how real and profoundly large an impact humans are having on the planet.
Correct. Twitch streamer Destiny and economist debate capitalism achieved nothing. True. Hey IIQ, Andy, how's it going? Have you read this? I watched the debate twice and I was pretty disappointed. Oh, and hello. Hey, how's it going, Thinking Sabercat? Yeah, if you want the TLDR, it was disappointing. I mean, yes. I would just say watch the debate. Watch the debate and see for yourself. I mean, unfortunately, I think that a lot of the problems with online discourse and online debate is, well, it's sometimes taken as like some type of spectacle to be watched, right? And a lot of good information and good exchange and a good exchange of ideas just get lost in that, and it's really disappointing to watch like a lot of these online debates. So I would just say, like, listen to it on your own time and try to separate and parse out the spectacle part of it and try to listen to what each one of them says and make a decision that way. That's the only thing that I could say. What does this research mean for us? Well, it means that we're so capable of impacting climate and so capable of impacting the Earth that we're actually able to move Earth's axis. That's what it means. It means we have the ability to impact the Earth so much that we are moving the Earth's axis. Now, what does that really mean for us? We don't know what chain reaction we're setting off with this. Who knows? Who knows if this means different weather patterns? Who knows the impact of this in terms of, I believe Nowhere Man also was saying it could mess with the balance of things. And there's a lot of possibilities with this, and it just kind of stresses the importance of paying attention. Some scientists argue that the scale of this impact means a new geological epoch, the Anthropocene, which is it Pocene? I'm not sure. Needs to be declared. Since the mid-20th century, there has been a marked acceleration of carbon dioxide emissions and sea level rise, the destruction of wildlife and transformation of land by farming, deforestation, and development. Yeah. Clearly, this is an indication of how much we are impacting the planet. And I, don't know how much I can continue to stress the importance of caring about climate change and things like that. So, I mean, this is how massive our impact as human beings are. Nailed it. Nice. This is how massive our impact as human beings are. Okay, so somebody requested a random Mandalith. Hambliss. Alright. And furthermore, thinking Sabercat, I think that, like, honestly, debates on Twitch and debates on YouTube are usually mostly unproductive. Mostly. There are some channels that run good panels and good debate panels. I would point to Universal Discourse. They don't do debate panels for blood sports or anything like that. They have a very strict format. They have a very strict format that follows a specific set of rules, and everybody does Everybody says their point and moves on. There isn't a incentive for you to have like a gotcha moment or things like that, right? My problem is it felt like less a debate, more like a teacher and a pupil. I wish Destiny could talk with Chris Hedger, Abby, Martin, myself as Lynn and Martin. I find more charming and relaxed. If you want to see how amazing Lynn is, look at his debates with Dinesh D'Souza and Sam Harris. Hey, Alio, thank you for the 15 biddies. I appreciate that. Well, the thing is, thinking Sabercat, Richard Wolff is a professor. Like, he's a professor. Of course he's gonna, like, have this... not intuition, but, like, this propensity for trying to do things like a lecture. I mean, he's been a professor for decades. The dude has, like, a PhD. He has, like, all this academic stuff behind him. Yeah, he's gonna try to do a lecture. That's what it is. Like, he's gonna try to do a lecture. Thank you, Alio. How's it going? Hope you're doing alright. Alright, folks. We did... Let's see if we can get a random rift on the mandolin. Let me grab that. Alright, folks, we're gonna try to figure this out in real time, okay? That being said, I do think that Professor Wolff had some good points, and I think that Destiny flopped on certain points. Like, I think that some of Destiny's gotchas weren't the gotchas that they thought it would be, right? Like, the one that sticks in my head was like, oh yeah, countries that have universal healthcare didn't fare much better or much worse than the US. The implication being like, yeah, universal healthcare isn't all that. However, I think that went over his head, because if, in terms of COVID, the US didn't do as bad or as worse, isn't that the exact argument for us? Because if the US really didn't have that much better or worse outcomes than universal healthcare, that is acknowledging the fact that universal healthcare actually does have very similar outcomes in terms of healthcare, and it's cheaper, and you don't have to have co-pays, insurance premiums, co-insurance, while still having the same outcomes. I don't think that was the gotcha that he thought it was. It's actually in favor of exactly what we've been arguing, right? Saying like, yeah, it turns out universal healthcare isn't that much different than in terms of healthcare outcomes than our system, except we pay, all this unnecessary money. And on top of that, a universal healthcare system, generally speaking, covers everybody. Like, so, yeah, Destiny just made the point for us in terms of, like, universal health. Like, that's the one that really stuck in my head. Like, I can't believe he actually just said that. Oh, like, okay, dude. Still working on slobs? Yeah. Some email responses and working on account. Nice. Alright, we're gonna figure this out in real time, alright? I don't like that. Okay, a little bit better. We figured it out in real time. Look at that. Just so you know, I'm not a mandolin player, but we made it work.
Sounded good.
Yeah. Culture over policy as Italian with mass affected by family culture and tactile nature. Well, yeah, I mean, to a degree, yes, absolutely. That is one part of it. Correct, nowhere man. Correct. My point being is that if you're trying to argue for, if you're trying to argue against universal healthcare, why would you say, or why would you acknowledge that a universal healthcare system didn't exactly provide a less or worse outcome than a for-profit system, and our for-profit system has all of these other caveats where you have to pay all of this other stuff, your co-pays, your co-insurance, your premiums, all of this other stuff, and then we don't even get better or worse outcomes. And universal healthcare systems provide just about the similar health outcomes, and they're cheaper and they're for everybody. So like, I don't know, I think that was like not exactly if anything, it illustrates and strengthens our position for some type of universal healthcare system, some type of healthcare for all. So yeah, that's the one that really stuck out, and I think I talked about this in the other stream too. Like, that's the main thing that I've yet to rewatch it because I missed pieces of it because I was listening to it while at work. But yeah, that's the one that really stuck with me. Like, dude, why would you say that? Why would you say that? That makes no sense. Bass and drums and a tambourine. There you go. That's what we need. That's what we need. Your camera is black, so I'm guessing it died.
If not, then Discord crashed and I'll have to exit out of Skyrim and fix it.
I'll have to exit out of Skyrim.
I'm sorry, did I say that out loud?
No. Nobody heard that. Nobody heard that. We're just gonna have to delete the last 30 seconds. Delete the last 30 seconds of the stream, and that's all good. Everything's good.
So I can run Skyrim and Discord and a whole bunch of other programs, and my Vega 64 is only at 23%
Nice
usage.
Nice. You see, I can do most of that. Right now I'm running at 12%, 16%, 12%. And I'm able to handle all of this without a problem, without a hiccup. I'm convinced Bree's haunted. Yeah, it's just a black square.
I am haunted. No, let's see. Oh, now Steam wants to update. What the
Her tech issues are always supernatural. Her tech issues are always supernatural. No, they're not.
There's probably bodies here, so.
There's it's not supernatural. I'll explain to you what happens.
Oh my god. There is a squirrel showdown outside my house right now.
A squirrel showdown? Can we watch that? I want to see a squirrel showdown before we move on. Okay, there we go.
You almost saw me in my demon form there for a second.
So I'll explain what happens. Throughout the week.
What happened was...
Throughout the week, Oh man, I need a ba-dum sound effect. It's gonna get nutty. Jesus. So I'll explain what happens. Throughout the week, Monday through Thursday, when we do the daily news and politics and all that awesome stuff, there is no tech issues, not one. So what happens is, it saves up all the technical problems, it saves it up and then dumps it on us on Saturdays. That's what happens.
So, in summation, it is all Carlos's fault.
Correct. What kind of showdown? It's mating season. Oh yeah, maybe. You might want to bring that. You might want to bring that article up because that's what we're gonna do. But if you have the ability to show us the squirrels, that would be great.
I don't think I do.
Boo.
You won't be able to see them through the window.
Oh, okay.
And it would be a pain in the butt to move my camera around.
Yeah, I get you. So for those of you that haven't been following, unfortunately, I think it was like a couple of days ago, there was an issue with a submarine in Indonesia, and the ultimate result of this is, unfortunately, all of the sailors that were on the submarine are presumed dead, and Indonesian Navy has considered this submarine sunk, and it's most likely all of these people on board most likely passed away. There's little hope of finding survivors from a missing Indonesian submarine, the country's navy said on Saturday, as after officials declared that the vessel had sunk. We have now moved from submiss phase to sub-sunk. The Indonesian Navy Chief Staff Admiral Yudo Margono told the news conference where he showed debris, including a torpedo straightener and his Islamic prayer rug from the submarine.
Yikes. What is playing in the background?
Playing? There's something playing in the background?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Sorry, I found it. That scared me. It's like, it's so loud.
Yeah,
Make
sometimes
it stop.
if it's on the web page, sometimes web pages decide to like blast you with ads and you don't even see that coming.
That was exactly what it was.
Yeah. I sometimes like when I'm doing like the news and it'll just blast you with an ad.
Let me turn my headphones down a little.
No, I think it's protocol terms. No, I think it's protocol. Like that's just how they call it.
Let's see. We are still carrying out the search. The depth of the sea we have detected is at 850 meters or 2,790 feet,
Jeez.
Which is very tricky and presents many difficulties, he said. Earlier this week, the Navy said that it thought the vessel had sunk to a depth of 600 to 700 meters, or 2,000 to 2,300 feet, much deeper than its collapse depth of 200 meters, or 655 feet, at which point the water pressure would be greater than the hull could withstand. Oxygen supplies for the 53 crew members on board the German-built KRI Nangala 402 had also likely now run out, Margono added.
His comments came shortly after a U.S. reconnaissance plane, the P-8 Poseidon, landed in the Southeast Asian country to join 20 Indonesian ships, a sonar-equipped Australian warship, and 4 Indonesian aircraft in the desperate search for the vessel. The Singaporean rescue ships were also expected later Saturday, while Malaysian rescue vessels were due to arrive on Sunday, bolstering the underwater hunt. Indonesian military spokesperson Dewara Wimbo said ahead of the press conference. That's sad. I'm pretty sure that at this point, they're just looking for the wreck. I'm pretty sure at this point they're just looking for the wreckage. I don't think that...
At this point, it's a recovery mission. It's not a rescue.
Yeah. He added that That they would keep searching for the vessel until we find it, whatever the result.
Yikes. The submarine lost contact Wednesday after its last reported dive about 60 miles north of the vacation island of Bali. It was participating in a training exercise rehearsing for torpedo drills when it missed a scheduled reporting call. The cause of the disappearance is still uncertain. The Navy said earlier this week that an electrical failure could have left the vessel unable to execute emergency procedures to resurface. Hopes were briefly raised Friday when an Indonesian hydrographic vessel detected an unidentified object exhibiting high magnetism at a depth of 50 to 100 meters or 165 to 330 feet, but no repeat detection was successful. Boo.
Jeez. Oh, so this was a Navy ship. The submarine had been in service in Indonesia since 1981 and was carrying 49 crew members and 3 gunners as well as its commander. Jeez. Right, the thinking saber cat. Yeah, I agree with that. The thing is, like, I think that... I think that, although, obviously, you know, Richard Wolff wasn't wrong in saying that, oh yeah, you know, at that point in time, you know, the USSR had like the greatest growth or whatever. I really think that we should be focusing. I really think that we should be focusing and not like, I don't think that we should attach ourselves to the USSR in any way, shape, or form. I think that the point is always to do better. I don't think that we need to attach ourselves to the USSR or anything like that. It's just more of like, hey, how about we frame this as, let's try to get conversations started about healthcare. Let's start trying to get conversations started about climate change. Let's start conversations and get stuff done about income inequality. I think that we can also have conversations about proposing alternative systems. We can propose alternatives such as worker co-ops, in which case I think that would be highly interesting to see pilot programs for you know, for worker co-ops and things like that. I mean, wouldn't it be awesome to have a pilot program for people who want to start their own business and who want to own their own business and have a group of people, like a group of 4 or 5 people, just own their own business as workers and as owners, essentially, you know, reaping the fruits of their own labor. I would think that's very interesting. I think that is where we should be heading, right? I think that's where we should be heading. I think that proposing things like that, more democracy in the workplace, maybe having a choice in what you do, where you work. You know, for example, if you're an Amazon warehouse worker, I think that you should have a vote or a choice in what happens in that warehouse. Safety concerns, things like that are important. I just think that that's better than just trying to stick or trying to like emulate or adulate the USSR or anything like that. I mean, it's 2021, and I think that we can offer a step above that, right? We can offer things that are democratic, better, and I think that we should strive to make that conversation about that. Like, try to make the conversation about the actual issues and how to solve them, and give people real solutions that are even capable of being done right now. I mean, we can do pilot programs for worker co-ops right now. We can do some type of universal healthcare system right now, should we want to. I mean, there's no real reason why we can't. It's just a matter of wanting. We can absolutely revamp our systems and start working on climate change right now if we wanted to. If we wanted to, we can start moving the great resources of this country and transform our energy systems and move in that direction while creating a lot of jobs and all this other awesome stuff. If we wanted to right now, we could make a movement and move this country into the future by giving our citizens healthcare. I mean, I don't know what the issue is. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Thinking Sabercat. Absolutely. I think that we can point to. I think we can point to better examples, and I think that just staying in there, and adulating Stalin or the USSR, I think it's just like we can do better. I think the best way to look at it is every country has a way to manipulate its people for their country to strive, whether it be unjust, immoral, or not. But we as Americans can create a new way of thriving with more choices and options as individuals. Damn. Ooh, coming in hot. Yeah, there you go. I mean, like, the whole point is, like, I want to provide a, how should I say this? A baseline for people to have these options, right? I want people to have the tools so that they can be their best self. I want people to have, things like food, housing, education, and healthcare so that they can thrive and then move up from there, right? I mean, like, the most bare minimum thing that we can ask from a country such as wealthy as ours is like these bare minimum things. I mean, if you give people these tools, then it is more likely that they will succeed, or they will have the opportunity, which is all we can ask for, is the opportunity to have a decent and decent life. I mean, the fact is, we have homelessness. We have no one has healthcare as a guarantee. No one here is guaranteed any type of healthcare. No one here is guaranteed education, so that they at least have the opportunity or the choice to get a higher education or a vocational training for a skill such as woodworking or electrician. We don't have that option unless we pay for it, which is like it kind of defeats the purpose, right? How are we supposed to escape this rat race if we don't even have the options or tools at our disposal? Which is seriously a criticism of capitalism, is it not? It really is the bane, because if we cannot have the opportunity, then we cannot move forward as individuals. So if you care about the individual, then you should care about the options that we are offered up as that society offers us as individuals. So the question is, does capitalism give enough initiative for quality? I think that government can help with that. I think, for example, a good idea would be having tuition-free public college and vocational training. If you want to, you can get a higher education. If you want to, you can learn a skill and a trade and not be tied to tens of thousands of student debt. I think that just to touch on the initiative for quality, I mean, our friend Destiny just proved it for us. kind of. It just proved that point for us. He said, and I remember this quote very specifically, he said, "There's no real evidence that the USA did better or worse than countries with socialized medicine." So if a capitalist country, or not capitalist country, but a capitalist healthcare system wasn't able to drive the quality higher or worse than a socialized healthcare system, it tells me that, well, maybe we don't need to be charging people for healthcare and still get the same outcomes. I believe that art and passion can create very effective quality. True, that's also very true. That's also very true. And that is not necessarily intertwined with capitalism, or I think that individuals themselves can be very creative and passionate, and I want people to be able to have that. In order for you to be able to have that, you've got to have some type of quality of life. Otherwise, you're too busy trying to keep your head on above water, right? Otherwise, you're too busy. The reason why we don't have what you're talking about in terms of art and passion and stuff like that is because where is the time for that? A lot of people are stuck in a proverbial hamster wheel where they are forced to work 2 jobs at minimum, or a very crappy minimum wage, and there's no room for art and passion. There's no room for that. You've got to hustle and hope you make rent this month. I think that maybe we should alleviate that. Maybe we should start asking questions about whether or not this is the best system. Maybe there's adjustments to be made. Maybe there's alternatives. Why not test those? Why not test those alternatives? That's what I'm saying. And which I know in the situations that they have been tested, they've worked. In the situations that they have been tested, they've worked. When you do what you need to do for your citizens, and you aggressively eliminate homelessness by giving people these tools, like food, housing, education, and healthcare, guess what? A lot of them were able to get out of that. And I think that it stands to reason that these aren't just random ephemeral, fantastical fantasyland things. I'm talking about stuff that's happening and has happened, and examples that are quite successful. I just want that for us. Is that so hard to ask for people to make sure that at the very least that they have these things? I think that it's not a hard ask. Give yourself the applause track, because that's the truth, brother. We've got the...
Apparently that is a lot to ask.
Yeah, and like, I don't have to use a very politically charged language or rhetoric to just tell you that people deserve better, and people should probably ask for more to progress. I mean, isn't that the whole point? How do we eliminate the stigma of the idea that if something is given for free, it's poor quality? It's never free. That's the thing. It's never free. You worked for it. You are working for it. Do you not pay taxes? It's never free. You are working for it. Do you not pay taxes? Shouldn't those taxes maybe then go towards something better than the $700 and something billion for the military? Shouldn't your tax dollars go for, I don't know, you? It's never free. You work your butt off. You work 40 hours a week, sometimes more, sometimes 2 jobs, 60, 80 hours a week. It's never free. You already work for it. I mean, wedges choose so far to have a Bill of Rights amendments to deserve the basic medical care. Even food or shelter. Yeah, exactly. I think that the TLDR that Thinking Sabercat is putting down is like, once you have some of these programs in place, it's very difficult to reverse. You know, try as they may, even the most harshest conservatives in the United Kingdom can't flat out eliminate the NHS. They can't flat out eliminate it. They fight to try to chip at it. They fight to try to do little things here and there, but God forbid they would ever dare to do a flat out attack against the NHS. It's political doom for them. This Republican lost the Obamacare argument. They have since made it a wedge issue. It would be far better to have a Bill of Rights amendment that Americans deserve the basic medical care, even food or shelter, and that way in 8 years when Don Jr. runs, he can't platform on reversing the common good. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Don Jr. is going to run, but I get the TLDR that you're saying. It's like, yeah, once you make some of this stuff like just codified as a thing, if you have a universal healthcare system, it's going to be incredibly difficult to reverse that. Try as they might, it's going to be incredibly tough to reverse that. It's like trying to reverse Social Security. Can you imagine if a whole bunch of politicians came out and said, we're going to try to reduce or eliminate Social Security? Can you imagine that? They try by taking chips at it, maybe, and then they get knocked for it too. If you try to take a chip out of Social Security, you know that person isn't going to get their vote, you know? It's not getting voted in. A Bill of Rights is a simple answer to all these exploited problems is related to a Bill of Rights. Sure. Squid. There you go. You can make a Bill of Rights, and I would include climate change or the right to have a healthy environment. I know this may sound like a radical idea, but it turns out you need a healthy environment to have a healthy life. I know it's radical, crazy idea, but it turns out that you do need a healthy environment to have a healthy life. I would say, just like Costa Rica did, I would codify that into law. Yes, you're right, Thinking Sabercat and Squid. Skid? A survival of environment is the key to preserving our economy. You can even make that argument too. It's incredibly economically viable, and in fact, it would be important. I would say, it's also to preserve our economy. But yeah, it turns out that you do need a survivable environment for a healthy life. It's just, I know. All right, we're getting way off topic. Okay, let me finish this article here. Oh yeah, so the TLDR, which is basically the end of this article, is, yeah, unfortunately, these 53 sailors are presumed dead, and that's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Do we want to fire up some Among Us, or do we want to finish some of these articles?
All of it.
All of it? Okay. Okay, we can do that. There's only 3 more left, so we can just run through them. Let me get rid of this ad. I think Obamacare and why Trump was an advocate to dismantle was a shared responsibility penalty tax that taxes the rich and breaks capitalism as the Americans. So why pay a tax penalty because they don't pay for healthcare insurance when they can clearly afford a medical bill? Yeah, Obamacare was a huge gift to the insurance companies because it was written by them. I think that although there were certain provisions that were important, there were certain provisions of Obamacare that were important. I think we could have done better. And I think that we allowed the insurance companies to dictate the rules of the game and it turns out that they won. Yeah, you gave the insurance companies the ability to dictate the rules of the game, which Scudeer just mentioned. It was designed differently, but it got negotiated into garbage. Right? You allowed them to dictate the rules of the game, and this is what you got. They won. So yeah, I can 100% agree that Obamacare was horrible. I mean, again, it did have some important provisions, mainly being people who have pre-existing conditions can't be denied coverage. I mean, yeah, that's a good one. But you could have just expended all of that political energy to try to see if we can negotiate a universal healthcare system. I mean, I don't even mind the German system, which is like a multi-payer system. I don't even mind that, as long as it's some type of universal healthcare system where everybody has healthcare and there's no such thing as medical bankruptcy. I mean, what? As like a universal healthcare system is the best way to go, and on top of that, I would say the single payer system is superior. But I will make arguments for a German type system as well, which I've said in the past. But yeah, I think that single payer should be the superior system, but there are arguments for like a German system, which they are always top 10, always in terms of healthcare. The German healthcare system is always up there. Insurance in general is a disgusting breed of capitalism, made a business out of people's health. Yeah, let that fact sink in there for a second there. Your money or your health? Choose one. Your money or your health? Choose one. Alright. We've got to turn our attention to QAnon, folks. No, Russia and China didn't weaponize QAnon. It's a homegrown nightmare. True. A new report published this week makes the bombshell claim that Russian and Chinese governments have helped fuel much of QAnon activity we've seen over the last year. It's an argument that sounds plausible. We already know that QAnon is a truly global phenomenon, and we know the Kremlin and increasingly Beijing put a lot of resources into spreading disinformation aimed at destabilizing Western society, and US in particular.
Many major news outlets ran with the story using inflammatory headlines claiming Russia and China were in part responsible for QAnon and had weaponized the conspiracy theory for their own ends. But data scientists have slammed the report, claiming the conclusions it draws about the locations of people posting about QAnon cannot be verified. Now, they're warning that these unproven claims that QAnon is a foreign influence campaign undermine efforts to combat the real root cause of this homegrown extremist movement.
Alright, I was muted. I totally knew that, okay? I totally knew that. It's what happens when non-data scientists have access to enterprise-level tools and think that the end result is actual evidence. One data scientist who didn't want to be named because they feared professional consequences told Vice News. It's just bullshit because you can't demonstrate or prove that. Their data science is terrible and it's not a data-driven paper.
The 45-page report was published by the Zufan Center, a well-regarded New York-based research firm focused on national security threats. The group's researchers found that nearly one-fifth of 166,820 QAnon-related Facebook posts between January 2020 and the end of February 2021 originated from overseas administrators, the majority of them from Russia and China. But almost immediately, data scientists and researchers raised serious questions about the validity of the data shown in the report.
One of the central problems is that when anyone sets up a Facebook group, the person self-assigns their location without access to the IP address of the accounts in question, and only Facebook has access to that information, and there's no way that the Sufan Center could say for certain where these accounts are located. Okay. As well as looking at known foreign accounts, the researchers also assigned content a foreign influence score that was based on feeding the content into a proprietary system created by data analytics from a firm called Limbic? Okay.
This system has been trained to identify English language content coming from certain countries such as Russia, China, Iran, and Saudi Arabia. To parse this content, Limbic uses a technique it describes as linguistic anomaly detection.
Dang it, muted again. But the data scientists who critiqued the report had never even heard of this term and didn't know what it meant. What even is linguistic anomaly detection? Fabio Voda, a Dutch data scientist, asked on Twitter. It's not a thing in natural language processing. Google gives 8 results, none of which seem relevant.
Data scientists said that by using this method to identify foreign accounts, the Sufan Center was always going to return misleading results. Using techniques like this, a person in the US who speaks English as a second language, for example, could be determined to a foreign actor if the computer also deems their writing style more similar than not to content it knows, good lord, has come from abroad?
Right.
I'm having a stroke, or that made no sense. Jordan Wilden, a disinformation researcher at Logically, an organization that identifies, monitors, and combats the spread of misinformation, told Vice News. On the flip side, foreign actors who don't post in a similar way to what the paper calls a known foreign content would not be identified.
Right, so what they're trying to do is trying to suss out, like, foreign QAnon, and it's like you can't really determine that accurately with a AI algorithm thing. I think that it's very safe to say, based on like how QAnon is, it's very, very safe to say that QAnon is primarily and mainly a homegrown conspiracy theory cult thing. I mean, it has all the aspects of that, and I'm not sure if this is necessarily something to do with any type of foreign intervention. I think that just happened, especially that it's allegedly originally, I should say, allegedly started by the guy from like 8chan or something, you know? Really, the Q master, maybe Vladislav Strukov, has been the guy behind Putin and his confusion attack politically is to create fake news and make it known it's fake and then fund the opposition to the fake news. He's even leaked info on himself. Yeah, sure. I know that a lot of disinfo campaigns are real. This has happened in the past, but I don't know if like QAnon is one of them, which makes the fact that like this whole online misinformation stuff is like so hard to keep track of. But I think that just how QAnon came to be, I think that this isn't some type of like foreign creation. I think that QAnon is quite homegrown, and I think that it just evolved and mutated and is now an international phenomenon, an international cult. But I think it is a very, very it's most likely a homegrown thing. I don't see this being like a foreign operation or foreign like psyops or something like that. It's just most likely that this is a thing that happened here and was allowed to spread via internet, social media, and now it's this. That's what I think. Another issue raised by Mark Andre Argentino, a PhD candidate at Concordia University who studies QAnon and similar movements, is that the analysis based on just 166,000 Facebook posts collected over a 13-month period from February of 2021. Argentino said that this represents just a tiny fraction of total QAnon posts that appeared during that period, pointing out that a sample he collected during January of 2020 and August of 2020 was 10 times larger. Yeah. $5 it was a kid on Reddit. there is a allegedly it was the guy from it was the owner of 8chan, I think. One of the names bounced around as being Q as the internet entrepreneur Kim.com, or the owner of Mega Uploads. I think it's the guy from 8chan. So I mean, it's who knows. I'm not gonna sit here and speculate, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Me? It's my turn? Ooh, goody. There were 1.65 million posts in the 416 QAnon pages and groups I was curating, Argentino tweeted. Considering they claim a full year of collection, I do not think their sample is large enough. QAnon is a conspiracy theory that originated on the message board 4chan and is centered around U.S. politics. The vast majority of adherents to QAnon are based in the U.S., but from the very beginning, the conspiracy movement has had an international presence. Now fueled by the pandemic, QAnon's global footprint has grown dramatically in the last year. One researcher has identified QAnon groups in at least 85 countries. So it's no surprise that QAnon content is being posted from accounts based outside of the US, but that does not mean that this content is state-sponsored disinformation.
Correct. Exactly. It turns out Q was Marjorie Taylor Greene's hairdresser. A lot of people claim a lot of unsubstantiated things on the internet. True, and that's a problem. Even if a post comes from another country, that doesn't mean it's state-sponsored influence, as sensationalist headlines around the report have implied. Using the same methodology as the paper research have conducted into Q, and QAnon could identify more than 30 countries exerting foreign influence, when in reality the posts are simply from QAnon adherents just living in different countries. Right. Yeah, I just don't think that... I just don't think that this entire QAnon thing is a foreign psyops, okay? I mean, there's been obviously attempts, but I don't think QAnon is one of them. That's pool's closed theory? Yeah, the pool is closed theory, correct. Correct. It's just like, whoa, what happened here? Oh, it's an ad. So the TLDR of this is like, there's been a lot of reports to kind of dispel that, and there's been a lot of misleading information to try to point to foreign actors, when in reality, it's just I mean, sometimes the simplest explanation is the one that is true, and the simplest explanation is that this just became an international phenomenon. It just morphed. It evolved from here, from the messages on 4chan and 8chan, Occam's razor, and it just kind of caught international attention. This is like saying there's, like, for example, you see a lot of protests in Europe, a lot of like far right protests in Europe, or waving around like Donald Trump flags. They're literally waving around Trump 2020 flags and flags with Donald Trump's face on it. Back then, in a couple of years ago, last year too. So it's quite possible that something like MAGA has the ability to catch an international, like, capture international attention. The same thing with QAnon. I think QAnon originated here as a post on 4chan or 8chan, whatever those message boards are, and then it just exploded. That's what it is. It was allowed to perpetuate, to propagate, and here we are, right? I think it's as simple as that. I don't think it's that complicated. Nor do I think that we should. Nor do I think that we should just like. We need that much of a deeper explanation than that, right? It's a cult. It's literally a cult. That's what happened. Someone posted this. I think this is very interesting. Thinking Sabercat sent this to us. Now, this isn't the first time we've thought about terraforming the Earth to try to reverse climate change. A lot of the technology for terraforming involved, like, cloud seeding, trying to manipulate the Earth's systems using our science, but a lot of scientists think that this is probably the last resort. If we're at the point where we have to consider terraforming, we're in deep water. We're in deep trouble. But this is very interesting. This is from MIT. How synthetic organisms could terraform the Earth. One way to combat climate change could be to release synthetic organisms that sequester carbon. How this can be done safely is a question by engineers are now beginning to address. Yeah, I think this is interesting. This is pretty awesome. Lots of stuff I don't understand because I'm not a scientist. I think that just from a common sense perspective, like, I'm not a real scientist, nor do I pretend to be a real scientist. Just releasing organisms may have other unintended consequences. It's kind of like how back in the day, humans released a certain species in another area to attempt to combat something, and what ended up happening is that species that they introduced became an invasive species and created all kinds of havoc to that ecosystem. Now, that being said, it is a possibility, and this is probably a last resort type of thing, where if we have little choices, we might deploy something like this. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Thus, the process of terraforming the landscape would occur with minimal human input, but what could possibly go wrong? Plenty. The big fear is that these approaches could have unexpected and unintended consequences. Hey, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, one nightmare scenario is that the organisms might unintentionally trigger feedback mechanisms that accelerate global warming rather than mitigate it. Jesus. So instead of solving the problem, we create a feedback loop to accelerate it. So, although this technology and this science is interesting and moving in the right direction to try to solve this problem, this should probably be in case of fire, break glass, right? Very interesting. I'll post the link so that everybody can check it out, because this is from MIT. So yeah, let's I'm gonna toss this in chat so we can move on to the next article. I just wanted to take a second to point that out. Very interesting. Hey, Banana Man, how's it going? There's also dank means element. Yes, that's right. In reference to Q. That's right, thinking Sabercat. Right, it's only to be used as a last ditch effort, break in case of fire, break glass kind of deal. Create synthetic nature to work with nature, catastrophic results. It's quite possible. That's why we need to be very careful, and we need to make sure that what we do with this technology and this research will have the most minimal effect, because we don't know what exactly that might do. In fact, as this was saying, it could just end up having a reverse effect, and we end up accelerating global warming instead of fixing it, which would be terrifying. Which would be terrifying. So this one is just going to be a quick one. I don't think like we need to go much into this article, but I do want to point out, of course, in the great state of Florida, the Florida Supreme Court won't let voters legalize recreational marijuana.
Boo.
Yeah, boo.
Did you mute yourself again?
No, I was just like trying to keep up with chat.
You just got quiet.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep up with chat. So I mean, we don't need to go too much into this. I mean, the TLDR is the Florida Supreme Court, by a 5-2 vote, tossed out the initiative denying the Florida residents the opportunity to even vote on it. So that's kind of weird. How is that even possible? Like, why can't we even have a ballot initiative? Like, how that seems really undemocratic, and that seems, that seems kind of strange, because like, shouldn't the voters decide what we want to do? Oh my goodness, Bleep Blop Ben rating with a party of 74.
Oh my lord.
74 wonderful human beings are entering this, are entering our stream. True.
That's crazy.
True nowhere, man. Rod from Moscow, thank you for the follow. Thank you so much, Ben. How's it going? Chaotic Kitten, Revan Flum, thank you for the follows. I'm trying to get them as they come here, folks. Thank you so much. Gone pretty good. Thank you. Everybody who doesn't follow Bleep Blop Ben should. Haven't eaten yet, so I got to take care of that. Oh, absolutely, Ben. Absolutely. Yeah, take care of yourself, please. Get some food.
Sustenance.
Silhouette Alpha, thank you for the follow. It's more fun to smoke weed when it's not being supported by corporate investors. I mean, there's not much to say about this other than boo. And the fact that we had an initiative going and we were denied that initiative, that's kind of messed up. Hey, HI Bureaucrat. Caturday. That's right, we got the kitty cat.
Balius.
We got the kitty cat cam. Let me go back to that. Sauler Senzi, thank you for the follow. Oh wait, I have this on this side. That's why I can't see everything. Okay. That's right, folks. It is Saturday, Caturday, right? Does federally tax weed still work as good? That's a good question. What the heck? The court just overrode the voters? Right. Correct. That's the main like TLDR of this story. We don't really need to go too much like into the actual article. It's just this. A 5-2 vote. They tossed out the initiative. So like what exactly is the point of having the ability to request a ballot initiative in your state if the Supreme Court can just give you the finger? like, and tell you to f off. You know, what is exactly the point of being able to have ballot initiatives and only to be denied? I think that, seriously, at this point in time in 2021, it is beyond ridiculous. It is beyond reason that the government is restricting something such as marijuana to have popular talking points to win your campaign. I guess that's a really weird talking point from the party of small government. Then quickly do an about face. Gotcha. HI bureaucrat. Isn't Florida Supreme Court 100% Republican? I don't know. Do you use weed? No, not really. Not really. Weed uses us. There you go. This will reduce our young turnout for 2022, helping the GOP. Well, if anything, it should inspire us to get out there and vote these guys out. I mean, they're only for small government when it's helping poor people. True. Are the justices appointed or elected? Good question. No, I think they're appointed. No, I think they're appointed. That's right, thinking Sabercat. That was a thing. But we the people elect who is on the state legislature and who is the governor. So hey, all you folks who want less government involved and just want to be left alone, vote these people out. Who chose these judges? Just saying. I mean, like, again, what exactly is the point here of still trying to make a big deal about marijuana? What is the big deal here? And like, I'm not even like a real, I wouldn't even consider myself a real user, right? Like a real smoker. I mean, like, at most I'll indulge like in rare occasions, right? And I still don't want the government to be jailing people for this, right? Prohibition never works. Exactly. And it's kind of, it's 2021 already. It's 2021 already. I mean, I'm more surprised that 2 voted to legalize. Like, it wasn't even to legalize it. It was just to give us the opportunity to choose for ourselves if we wanted to legalize it. That's right, some drummer. Some drummer? Dunmer. I mean, Extrapian, thank you for the follow. I think that it's 2021, folks. If you, in my opinion, I think that all drugs and all drugs should be decriminalized. All drugs should be decriminalized, and something as like and something such as like, oh, okay, no problem. All drugs should be decriminalized, and something like weed should be just legalized as a recreational thing. Nobody really cares. Nobody really is getting hurt. What is your argument for legalizing weed? Well, first of all, the government has no business trying to encroach in our lives like that. Second of all, we're trying to reduce people in prison. Third of all, that also kind of flows into the whole trying to end the drug war. We can also collect revenue, tax revenue, to pour into resources like education and other stuff like that. So we can, it can be a revenue source. Yeah, I don't see, and there's no real point. There's no real point in having a in having something like marijuana illegal. Well, to be quite honest, I think that the reason why they made it illegal is because the hemp industry was. It's because a lot of industries were being threatened by hemp. So then they kind of just like threw everything in there. Now, the whole drug war thing, that that was very implicit. The war on drugs was very implicit on race. That was very implicit on race. That's right, Nowhere Man, exactly. Nixon, correct. Now, that was very implicit. I mean, there's recordings of that. There's literal recordings. They want to lose their... Yeah, that's right. Because they need people in prison, stuff like jaywalking, stuff like something as simple as marijuana. Yes, that is very true, thinking Sabercat. They would... Are there externalities? How would you rebut that? What externalities? In terms of like legalizing weed, what externalities are there for legalizing alcohol? I don't get it. They even called it marijuana to associate it with Hispanics. Oh, well, damn. Okay, maybe you guys have a point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, maybe that. I didn't think about that. True. Profits. Yeah. Yeah, from what I understood, it was always the threat hemp presented to a lot of industries. But yeah, now that you guys are, yeah, you're right, Nowhere Man. You're right. Example: secondhand smoke causes cancer to non-smoker. For marijuana, ooh, citation needed. Maybe for like regular cigarettes, I think. But citation needed on that. And yet cigarettes are legal. Correct. JF meh? Correct. Which is why I asked, like, what are the externalities of legalizing alcohol? I mean, what's the argument? Where's the rebuttal? It's like, you know, we legalized alcohol. Thank you, Hambless. Well, we tried to illegalize alcohol, and then people started making alcohol in their tubs. True. Legalize drugs and normalize moderation. True. And provide the ability for yourself to take care of yourself, which ties into the whole healthcare thing. Yeah, I don't see why we need to stigmatize this, and what is exactly the point except for, you know, keeping them prison populations high, you know, for no reason. Yeah.
Damn it, Discord.
Yeah. Oh, I see you're back. Yay. Yeah.
Never.
We've just been
I heard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you have this awesome Bluetooth stuff going on. Yeah. That's right.
I always hear. I hear everything.
Should all Class A drugs be legalized? Yeah, I think they should all be decriminalized. All of them. I think all of them should just be straight up decriminalized.
I agree.
I mean, it should just be simple as that. Just decriminalize, get rid of the stigma, and go from there. Check your whispers. Right, that's one of the reasons, yeah. Absolutely. And give access to rehab, exactly. There you go, because it's a form, it's an argument for healthcare. And in fact, there's lots of European countries that do this already. It's already a thing in Europe. It's not some, again, like a lot of the things that we talk about isn't some wild, random, ephemeral, unachievable concept. It's quite possible, and it reduces the chances of you getting something really bad and overdosing. Instead of in Denmark, if you suffer from it, you get it for free. There you go. There you go. And also, it's really a necessary step to. It's really a necessary step to end the drug war. It's really an unnecessary. It's really a necessary step to end the drug war, right? I think that it's enough. Enough is enough is enough. We're in 2021. Instead, focus on solving the actual root cause of the problem instead of jailing people. Focusing on alleviating poverty and the need to self-medicate would help a lot more with addiction than locking people up. Thank you. If legalized, should there be age limitations? Probably just like alcohol, right? I don't know. Just 18, 21. If you can vote, you can definitely have the ability to, make that choice. I don't know. That's just me. Can we use other words in the cartel, more generic words, so it's not overly tied to Mexico? Well, it's tied to also Colombia. I mean, yeah. Correct, Thrimir, but we shouldn't have private prisons in the first place. That just blows my mind. We shouldn't have private for-profit prisons in the first place.
Oh, but it's not slave labor. They get paid a few cents an hour.
Correct.
Duh.
Jeez. Can you imagine being paid cents on the hour? Cannabis is Schedule 1, but meth and cocaine are only Schedule 2. Who should manage the drug trade, government or private businesses? I think that it should be... well, it depends, okay? Something like, I don't know, to be honest. If there's enough regulations... If there's enough regulations and there's serious, parameters that the government sets, then you could make an argument for maybe allowing some of the private, but it should also be just a healthcare thing. Like, for example, if you're dealing with opiates, maybe that should just be the government regulating that. I think that the government should regulate opiates and stuff like that. Anything else? I don't know. There's no such thing as safe crack. Right, but there is such a thing as doing things in the safest manner possible while being in the facility to get help. Right? That's the idea of the quote-unquote drug hotels, where you get the drugs that you need, and then you also are in the facility to get you help so that you don't get addicted, or you get off the addiction would be the idea, right? Because if you just happen to be by yourself or trying to do some of these drugs that are, as Wing the Ultimate Nug said, they're usually spiked or put with even worse things in it, could cause overdoses, and then there's nobody to help you. This is why a lot of these unfortunate things happen, right? It's stigmatized instead of getting people help. Right? We all want to make the drugs safe. Exactly. is thinking about picking up a needle, it's obviously lack of care, and it would be pretty obvious if proper care was available. Yeah, I mean, if there's like a 10-year-old thinking about that, then we have bigger problems. It's just a matter of, again, I'll flip this I'll flip this and turn this around. As I was saying earlier, having access to things like food, housing, education, and healthcare would also address some of these issues.
Gee, you mean if people weren't miserable, they might not want to get messed up all the time?
And if they do, healthcare is provided for them.
Huh.
Weird. What a weird concept. What a weird concept. So, not only is it destigmatized, but there's not the same, like, socioeconomic factors that would exacerbate these issues. But if you do, there are ways of getting help. Really, I think to make it in food and beverages, I'm fine with smoking elements that stamp out your accurate. As you're accurately losing 55% of the stuff, it still can damage the lungs. Well, yes, any kind of smoke. Any kind of smoke is still bad for your lungs. I'm saying that there's no evidence whatsoever that marijuana leads to cancer. That's what my original point was. We could eliminate meth and heroin and other suicidal drugs. Right, we could do that safely while providing and giving people the help they need. Yes. Correct. So the first step is decriminalizing these drugs, legalizing, and also providing healthcare for people. I mean, it's like that, and these would be the steps necessary to then, in a domino effect roundabout way, end the drug war. Because, well, hey, if you're interested in solving crime, especially with these like organized crimes groups, how about we take away their revenue source, or one of their revenue sources? There you go. All of a sudden, all of these organizations aren't as powerful. Liquor can kill you, but we have bars and hospitals standing by. Yeah, exactly. We don't need... And alcohol is not really stigmatized as much. It's legal. People can get it. I think most drugs can be legalized as well. Yeah, there you go. Corvus, how's it going? I see you. Legalizing some drugs may not be a good idea. Decriminalizing, yes, but I don't want opium dens brought back. Well, yeah, Hambalus, like, we can say that the first step would be to decriminalize, and I think that some are safe to legalize. I think that, for example, marijuana is safe to legalize, I think. I mean, there's no... It's not any better. It's not... I don't think that having... I don't think that there's any real issue with legalizing marijuana, right? I think that all drugs should at the baseline be decriminalized. Try to kind of take a nice chop at the drug war by doing that. And for the opiums, because like the thing with opiums, opiates. The thing is with opiates, there's like a there's like a chemical attachment that creates the addiction, and I think that should be addressed as a medical... All addiction is a health issue, but I think that particularly opiates are like that, which is the argument for maybe decriminalizing, but maybe not legalizing some of these drugs. and have strict regulations. And like someone posted earlier, like in Denmark, that they have these drug hotels where they can do this safely while having the access they need to come off of these opiates, right? Things like that. Sure. I think we should start there. But yeah, definitely decriminalize, destigmatize this, take a nice big swing at the drug war, and we're on our way, I think, in my opinion. Far less dangerous things have already been legal, true. Talking about ending this war, do you think Afghanistan pullout can finally end the ridiculously expensive war on terror as it costs trillions? It's good that we are going to remove our military presence. But we're still not gonna... We're gonna move our military presence that is known there, but we are gonna retain... we are gonna retain some special forces, and they didn't say anything about private contractors. But I do think that nonetheless, it's imperative that we need to move out of Afghanistan and just end this as quickly as possible. The point is that as Americans, we do, and we can't even vote on this as a country. Correct. And like this is just a snippet, a snippet. From Florida. Like, the Supreme Court of Florida literally just told us to our face that we can't even have the opportunity to vote on legalizing this, right? Or not legalizing. For all we know, Florida could have just voted this down, but we were never given the choice. Okay? For all we know, Florida could have just voted this down, and we didn't even have the choice. That is a problem. A totally healthy democracy, as someone pointed out earlier. Totally healthy democracy is when citizens want to vote on something and then being told they can't. Like, what? It asserted that the ballot summary implies that the initiative will somehow legalize marijuana under federal law. What? There's no federal movement to legalize marijuana at this time. However, there might be momentum if more and more states legalize it. I think at this point, 30 plus states have decriminalized it, and just over a dozen states have legalized it for recreational use. So it is catching steam, but the whole point of this article is we didn't even have a choice. We didn't even have a choice of whether or not we wanted this or not. For all we know, Florida could have just voted this down. I mean, it's as simple as that. Unbelievable and quite frustrating, and just to expose the chink in some of our democracies. We need more brie. More cowbell. Alright, so that's the TLDR of this article. We didn't really need to read it. All we needed to know is this one section of it. Is this one sentence. That's all we needed to know. I think that the debate is pretty settled. I think that it is more beneficial in the long run to have... it is more beneficial in the long run to have these things decriminalized. Bree's a real cat. True. Bailey. Drugs for 2024. True. Drugs for 2024. Alright, we'll do this article. And then we'll play a couple of games, and we'll
Bailey hair in my nose.
Speaking of government overreach, in case you guys were already sketched out about the government, the Postal Service is running a covert operation program that monitors American social media posts. Huh. The law enforcement arm of U.S. Postal Service has been quietly running a program that tracks and collects American social media posts, including those about planned protests, according to a document obtained by Yahoo News.
Sure. The details of the surveillance effort, known as ICOP, or Internet Covert Operations Program, have not previously been made public. The work involves having analysts trawl through social media sites to look for what the document describes as inflammatory postings and then sharing that information across government agencies. Analysts with the United States Postal Inspection Service, USPIS, Internet Covert Operations Program, ICOP, monitored significant activity regarding planned protests occurring internationally and domestically on March 20th, 2021, says the March 16th government bulletin marked as law enforcement sensitive and distributed through the Department of Homeland Security's fusion centers. Locations and times have been identified for these protests, which are being distributed online across multiple social media platforms to include right-wing leaning Parler and Telegram accounts.
So, totally normal stuff for some weird and bizarre reason, because it's totally in the purview of the USPS, of the United States Postal Service, to have a division monitoring our social media accounts. Totally normal stuff that happens in totally normal stuff that happens in a democracy. A number of groups were expected to gather in cities around the globe on March 20th as part of a worldwide rally for freedom and democracy to protest everything from lockdown measures to 5G. Okay, so these are the far-right people. Parler users have commented about their intent to use rallies to engage in violence. Image 3 on the right is a screenshot from Parler indicating two users discussing the event as an opportunity to engage and fight and do some serious damage. It says in the bulletin, no intelligence is available to suggest the legitimacy of these threats. The point being is, I thought we had law enforcement agencies for this. Why is the USPS being given this role? As someone just pointed out, the NSA already does this. Like, what? Didn't we have this whole thing with Edward Snowden exposing like the vast monitoring system of this of our government, the capabilities of our government to be able to monitor every little thing that you do, up and including and up to the color of your underwear should they choose. How is it the post office's purview to engage in this behavior? Unbelievable.
The bulletin includes screenshots of posts about the protests from Facebook, Parler, Telegram, and other social media sites. Individuals mentioned by name include one alleged Proud Boy and several others whose identifying details were included, but whose posts did not appear to contain anything threatening. ICOP analysts are currently monitoring these social media channels for any potential threats stemming from the scheduled protests and will disseminate intelligence updates as needed, the bulletin says.
Yeah, it's totally legit. Like, look at that. Unbelievable that, unbelievable that the post office is being given this, like, the objective. Like, what? Why? It blows my mind that this is even like allowed to be a thing. Hey, Yellow King, how's it going? The government's monitoring of American social media is the subject of ongoing debate inside and outside of government, particularly in recent months following a rise in domestic unrest. While posts on platforms such as Facebook and Parler have allowed law enforcement to track down and arrest rioters who assaulted the Capitol. On January 6th, such data collection has also sparked concerns about the government surveilling peaceful protests or those engaged in protected First Amendment activities. Right. So, like, there's a huge difference there's a huge difference between like finding out people who committed crimes and like, okay, fine, we have access to these resources, to attempt to get some of these criminal, like people who have engaged in, for example, in the insurrection. Okay, great, but this doesn't need to be a surveillance thing. This needs to be heavily curtailed. This is complete and over a complete government overreach. Complete and 100% government overreach. The fact that they are doing this is should be concerning, especially when it comes to people who are doing peaceful protests or engaging in First Amendment activities. I'm not surprised that your Postmaster General is a total psychopath. True. It's the word on the street, right? This is not okay. This is not okay that the government has this ability to do this as a preemptive measure to surveil its citizens in this manner. And now it's already bad enough that we know, thanks to Edward Snowden, how vast the surveillance capabilities of the government is. But now to come to find that it's even in the post office. The post office is supposed to be a cheap and universal effective way of getting your mail.
Yeah, not terrorists monitoring
right
people.
When contacted by Yahoo News, civil liberties experts expressed alarm at the post office surveillance program. It's a mystery, said University of Chicago law professor Jeffrey Stone, whom President Barack Obama appointed to review the National Security Agency bulk data collection in wake of the Edward Snowden. In wake of the Edward Snowden leaks. I don't understand why the government would go to the Postal Service for examining the internet for security issues. Correct. Unbelievable.
Yikes. The Postal Service has had a turbulent year, facing financial insolvency and allegations that its head, Postmaster General Louis DeJoy, who was appointed by President Donald Trump, was slowing down deliveries just as the pandemic vastly increased the number of mail-in ballots for the 2020 election. Why the post office would now move into social media surveillance, which would appear to have little to do with mail deliveries, is unclear. This seems a little bizarre, agreed Rachel Levinson Waldman, Deputy Director of the Brennan Center for Justice's Liberty and National Security Program. Based on the very minimal information that's available online, it appears that ICOP is meant to root out misuse of the postal system by online actors, which doesn't seem to encompass what's going on here. It's not at all clear why their mandate would include monitoring of social media. That's unrelated to the use of the postal system.
Correct. It'd be one thing, Cool Guy Canada, thank you for the follow. It'd be one thing if they are doing stuff like, oh, we have a suspicious package, we need to review it, we need to inspect it, or whatever. Or we've got word that a certain organization is using the post office to send, whatever, okay? That's fine. But how does that have to do with monitoring social media, and why? Right, what about mail bombs? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, Nowhere Man. So like things like that, the post office obviously has a division to review packagings and things like that may be suspicious, to try to catch that on the post office side. But to monitor social media posts, potential bomb threats, yeah, but like that's what we have the FBI for that. We have Department of Homeland Security, supposedly Department of Homeland Security for that. We also have intelligence agencies monitoring that, supposedly. Why do we need to give that extended power to the post office? I mean, it just seems bizarre, and I question the necessity and the reasons why the government is giving the post office this much this ability, right? I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Who, me?
Yes.
Levinson Waldman also questioned the legal authority of the Postal Service to monitor social media activity. If the individuals they're monitoring are
Oh, we just lost her.
simply engaging in... Gosh darn it, Discord. Hold on.
Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. Got you back.
If they're simply engaging in lawfully protected speech, even if it's odious or objectionable, oh my god, I can't English today, then monitoring them on that basis raises serious constitutional concerns. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service did not respond to specific questions sent by Yahoo News about ICOP, but provided a general statement on its authorities. The U.S. Postal Inspection Service is the primary law enforcement, crime prevention, and security arm of the U.S. Postal Service, the statement said. As such, the U.S. Postal Inspection Service has federal law enforcement officers, postal inspectors, who enforce approximately 200 federal laws to achieve the agency's mission: protect the U.S. Postal Service and its employees, infrastructure, and customers, enforce the laws that defend the nation's mail system from illegal or dangerous use, and ensure public trust in the mail.
Correct. That is their purpose. Okay? That is their purpose, to try to... If they have like a law enforcement arm, it's to prevent stuff, as Nowhere Man was talking about, potential stuff being sent through the mail, whatever. Okay, fine, sure. That is in the purview of monitoring the mail system. That is not in the purview of monitoring social media. That's just bizarre. I don't like that I don't like the ability to give that much power to when it's not necessary. Is it for monitoring the dark web? In some cases, they use the mail, especially for hard drives of legal stuff, as the UK Post Office stopped mailing non-boxed hard drives as part of Operation U-Tree for hunting out CP networks. Right, but like what they would do then is we would have an agency like the FBI grabbing these organizations who are engaging in this, and then going to the post office and saying, hey, look, we've discovered a potential package that is coming across. We may think it's coming across here. We need you to check out these particular mail addresses, whatever, right? It's not the post office going after, CP networks, right? It's not the post office doing that. It's ideally the FBI. And furthermore, Dunmer just pointed out, ideally that would involve monitoring the specific suspected people, not the general population. Correct. The Internet Covert Operations Program is a function within the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, which assesses threats to postal service employees, its infrastructure. Oh yeah, I think we just read this, sorry. Additionally, the inspection service collaborates with federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies to proactively identify and assess potential threats to the postal service, its employees and customers, and its overall mail processing and transportation network. In order to preserve operational effectiveness, the U.S. Postal Inspector Service does not discuss its protocols, investigative methods, or tools.
The Postal Service isn't the only part of government expanding its monitoring of social media. In a background call with reporters last month, DHS officials spoke about that department's involvement in monitoring social media for domestic terrorism threats. We know that this threat is fueled mainly by false narratives, conspiracy theories, and extremist rhetoric read through social media and other online platforms, one of the officials said. And that's why we're kicking off engagement directly with social media companies. DHS is coordinating with civil rights and civil liberties colleagues, as well as our private colleagues, to ensure... Carlos.
Oh, sorry.
Terrible. That everything we're doing is being done responsibly and in line with civil rights and civil liberties and individual privacy, the official added.
Stone, the University of Chicago professor, questioned why the post office would be tasked with something like this, with something like identifying violent protests 2 months after the January 6th attack, which would appear to have little or nothing to do with the post office role in delivering mail. I just don't think the postal service has a degree of sophistication that you would want if you're dealing with national security issues of this sort. Well, that's the thing. It does. Um, it does have clearly sophisticated things, as it is supposed to catch um, suspected packages and stuff like that, which is fine. I don't necessarily have a problem with them having the ability to do that. I do have a problem. Oh, your camera just went down. Oh, I think it's coming back up. Wait, is it? No. I do have a problem with it being used as another surveillance apparatus, as another ability to survey people. How is the laws on mailing guns, though? Is that a federal or state law thing? I think it's federal. And I think that it can only go from license to license. You have to have a
SSO.
thank you. License to even be able to do that. So yeah, I can't just mail a firearm across the country. No, I will be in. I will get a nice knock from the ATF if I do that. My contrarian take: what if the USPS is doing is fine for the most part? Cheeto and Rey is over party. Well, no, the USPS is fine. It's necessary. The USPS is necessary. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with the USPS. The problem is, this is recent. Why would the USPS be tasked with monitoring social media accounts across the board? I mean, like, we already have an extended, like, vast surveillance state. We don't need the post office being engaged in this behavior. I just think that this is the complete opposite of what the oh, I think you misrepresented my message, probably. My contrarian hot take: what the USPS is doing fine for the most part. I mean, true. There we go. I think I reread it. I don't think the post office needs to be engaging and reviewing everybody's social media posts. That part is puzzling. There's so many other federal agencies that could do this. I don't understand why the post office would be doing it. There's no need for the post office to do it. You've got the FBI, Homeland. Yeah, hey, oh, cool. That's what we were saying. So I don't know why the post office is doing this. True. Like this surveillance program, I don't find it very problematic at all. I do. It'd be different if the FBI was doing it in the limited scope of saying, hey, look, we have tools now to go after suspected individuals of committing certain stuff, okay? Not mass surveillance of the population. I don't think that's right. And I don't think the post office should be looking to do this, in my opinion. I don't know. Like the surveillance, I don't find it very problematic at all. I think I think it is problematic. We have other agencies for this. What regulations are there on ICOP programs? Is it stringent? Are there agencies? No clue, because we don't know. This is news to me. This is news to me. We don't know what parameters they're allowed to function with. Oh boy. The U.S. Post-Inspection Service does not discuss protocols, investigative methods, or tools. So we don't really know. This is news to me. This is news to me. The term going postal shouldn't be underestimated. Well, that's a whole other thing. But yes, it's not cool. Not cool at all. This shouldn't be happening. And I want people to be aware of this. I want people to be aware of what's happening. Definitely shouldn't be more biased influence, true. I just say quiz wait, what? Custodiet ipsis. I'm sorry, I'm lost. After that stuff about Matt Gaetz' buddy using a tax server to find hot single women. USPS has tons of employees who can be put in danger if protests turn violent. They have the right to proactively protect their employees. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, if there's a active threat to the post office, they should be able to defend. Yeah, that's not the issue. The issue is they're actively monitoring people's social media accounts. And furthermore, shouldn't that be the job if there is a legitimate threat to a post office? Shouldn't the FBI already be on top of this? Shouldn't the ATF be on top of this? Who guards the guards? Don't you know you're Latin? No, I don't. If you're black bloc protester, you definitely have reasons why not to have the government watching you. Right. I personally, obviously, we're not committing crimes or anything like that. I'm just very skeptical about giving the government any type of more free range with information. They're monitoring public social media posts. It's not like they're the fucking NSA but tapping phone calls. Yeah, but like we have the FBI for that. It's just really weird, is what I'm saying, and it's like very, very weird, in my opinion. If you sent a nude through text, it's likely to be in the NS. It's a gigantic database of nudes. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. So why does the post office need to be engaging in this behavior? Like, that, I assume that costs resources. The post service knows your mail anyways, true? I mean, I don't really get mail anymore. Not much anyways, except for the ads. Alright folks, it is about 3 o'clock, so I do want to play at least a couple of games. Let me see if I can get that. The post office can do this, but lacks the funds to do a speedy election, true. Right, and I'm always wary when it comes to government wanting more access to more information when there isn't, like, I mean, I don't know. That's just me. Installing... Wait, no.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll pass.
The FBI's mission does not include the safety of the USPS employees. It is quite explicitly part of the mission of the inspection services. Correct. But I still don't think that they need to be proactively monitoring something unless it comes into their purview, unless it comes, like, within their scope. I'm just very wary of giving more power when it's not necessary. I'm always skeptical about giving more rope to agencies to do stuff like this. Okay. It's asking me for my date of birth. That's kind of weird. I could have sworn I already did this. Whatever.
Right? Mine did that too after the update.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I was about to say, all of these updates, like, are causing weird stuff.
I might actually play on my Switch. So let's see, where's Discord?
The bot is difficult? Yeah, do you like the little, customized bot? Graphics, full screen off, apply. I can move it over here. Now.
Oh, why isn't it working?
And I can also do general sound effects. Put this down over here. We can only see your Google screen. Yeah, that's I'm just trying to set everything up.
How come you can't see my screen on there anymore?
Oh, let me fix that. Boom. There we go.
Yeah, I'm showing my Nintendo Switch screen. Oh, there it goes.
I dig it. Nice. It's a customizable bot. Oh, I thought I almost clicked on your screen. Here, let me fix that thinking saber cat.
Alright. Let me move the Google window and Discord over to the monitor behind me so I can switch my input and see my Switch on the screen. If I can remember where the hell the buttons are on the monitor.
How to play, settings. Okay, apply.
Here we go.
Okay.
Carlos,
wait.
Are you ready for the code?
Yes. Wait. Before we do that, hey, there's quite amount of you guys here. Let's do the chicken selection. The chicken name selection. So, folks, if you guys know, as you guys know, and maybe some of you guys have been here for quite some time, Bree has chickens, and there are three chickens that need to be named. And we are going to set a poll for all of you guys to select the names of the chickens. Okay? Hold on. Let me stop this for a second. So that we can select the names of the chickens. Now, I've written down a couple of them here. And you guys can vote. I will start making up the poll right now. Before we continue. Because I want to do that. I want to make sure we can get this done here. And see which name wins. Let me start creating the poll. Poll opens up the menu. Okay. What? So chat today gets to name one of the chickens. What should chat name one of the chickies? Okay. And we'll make this a good, nice vote, alright? Well, as we play Among Us, you guys can, if you guys consider Athos, Potos, and Aramis, they are the three musketeers. Huh.
I mean...
We'll make it a 3-minute vote. Well, we're trying to name one of the chickies because one of them you guys get to name. One of them I might name. So, here we go.
You might need to remind everybody that they are girls.
That's right.
So, I'm not trying to give them manly names.
Okay, I think that's it. And we might do like depending on how the vote goes, we might do another round if somebody doesn't get the vast majority, or top 2 might get another vote. We'll do something like that.
And I did go ahead and put the what you call it, Among Us code in the chat for you guys. So join us. Among Us.
Betty. I like Betty or Peaches. I think Betty or Peaches. I think I like Betty a little bit more. So I'll put Betty on the list. Okay. So here are the choices that I'm gonna propose. Nugget, Attila the Hen, Betty, Amelia Egghart, and Gigi. I think those are great possibilities, and everybody can have a vote.
By the Lord. Out of all of those, I like Amelia Egghart the best.
Well, we'll get to vote right now. And if anything, I also get a choice in maiming one of the chickens. So maybe I can.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have
maybe
you
I
come
can.
up with anything good yet?
Maybe. So we'll let chat decide this one.
Maybe.
We'll let chat decide this one. All right, folks. Let's start this poll. It's going to be a 3-minute poll, so all of you guys have plenty of time. And everybody can vote. And in the meantime, we'll head on over to Among Us and play some of that. At least a couple of games. Yeah? At least a couple of games. Let me get that code that you posted in chat.
Yeah, I posted it once, but you can post it again. LCAQHF.
Is it local or find a server? Yeah, I think it's local. No, back. How to play online. How does this work? I know how this works. Enter code. I am not Lazy Stew. Who named me? Okay. Sure.
I'm crying.
Among Us code, if you guys want to play just a couple of games with us. Oh, and folks, while we're at it too, if you enjoyed the channel, folks, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. All of that is awesome and appreciated. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out here. Ben's community, for you guys hanging out here, thank you so much. And of course, you can support the channel in different ways. Subs, biddies, donos, and merch. Really good stuff. We do appreciate all the support that you guys have given us. And thank you once again to Ben and his community for hanging out with us today in Saturday Caturday. We aim to have the most chillest Saturday Caturdays where we can just hang out with you guys, play some games, and go over some headlines as a stopgap for the Monday through Thursday daily news. Of course, that's what we do here. And feel free to jump in to hang out with us and play some Among Us. We're just going to play a couple of games as it's already 3 o'clock. So we're probably just going to play a couple of games. But yes, we highly encourage you guys to hang out and play here. Oh, I can't even edit my thing. How did I get to be
crying? How did you get the name Lazy Stew?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't make it so. I didn't make it so. But okay. I mean, sure. Oh man. I didn't make it so, but it happened, and that's okay. I'm completely fine.
You totally did it.
I'm completely fine with being Lazy Stew for the remainder of this game set. I
just can't, dude. I'm crying. I mean, it is pretty accurate description of you. You sit around and you're lazy, so
I mean, yeah.
That's like Lazy Stew. Stew just sits around and
he is a lazy
doesn't
stew.
do anything, so it's lazy.
Okay. Folks, Attila the Hen seemed to have won the vote. Okay, so we do have that one. That is a interesting name.
Nice.
I think Attila the Hen is a great name.
I'm just gonna have to call her Tilly, because that is not a girl name.
And I will name the other hen Amelia Egghart.
I love it. And the third one...
We'll think about it. We'll think about it.
Joan Peck.
Joan Peck. There you go. Joan Peck.
After Joan Jett.
Let's see if I still have all
But
my stuff.
Joan Peck, you know, since she pecks at things. I need to grab a water. I shall be right back.
Alright, well at least I can... At least I can have all my stuff. Because that was really weird. Customize. No, it's not allowing me to. Oh wait, you know what? Joan Peck. That's right. General. How about I leave this game and how about I fix it?
Don't be mad because they called you out.
Account. Aha.
Now I have to make a new one.
Confirm. No, you don't have to make a new one.
Yeah, I do, because it kicked us out. Alright, so the new code is NUEJUF.
Alright. Post it in chat.
Why do I have to do everything?
Alright. Oh my goodness, where did my game go?
Happened. That was wild.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, see, it just kicked you out too. And just kicked you off the camera. It's really weird. It kicked me out of the game, and it kicked me out of, and it kicked you out of the camera. I'm just here for the after party. Nice. Jam with us. Okay, so no. Oh, that was me. All right. Joanne Peck. That's a great name. That is a great name.
Now I can't get Discord to come up on this monitor. Why?
That's so bizarre. Thinking Sabercat. I don't know if I should... Okay. So the code is still good?
Yes.
Come on. N-U-E...
Oh, never mind. It disconnected me now.
Boo. Alright, let me know what the new code is. When you're done. Yeah, he's a strange one, thinking Sabercat.
I specifically, before I started the game, put Discord on the other monitor.
And now it's not gonna let... And now it's not working?
Turn it back on and go back in, move it over again. It wouldn't open on the other monitor. Maybe
That's so
put
weird.
it on the first monitor and drag it over. Alrighty, back to HDMI 2.
Oh, you know, I had an issue when I was trying to set up the new laptop where it wouldn't grab the HDMI off this monitor, and man, I had to sit there for like 10 minutes trying to figure that out.
Okay, the new code is COBEHF.
Gotcha.
Can you see the screen again?
No, let me go back to it. Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay.
Where am I? Ah, here we are. Oops. COBEHF. I'll type in chat. And make it public so we can get as many people.
did.
Oh yeah, you did. Gotta get everybody in there. Ooh, I did miss for the funny video to watch about Among Us fandoms and the very YouTube streamer Elvis the Alien. I've never seen that streamer. Finish the dishes and sweeping the floors now. Lurk. I need to make a lurk command too. A lurk command for the a difficult bot. Yay. Okay, so now I got my proper acronym, or my proper name.
Icky arm.
A
Bump
pow.
pow.
Sweet. We got a couple of guys hanging out here. Cool. We got 4. Almost. If we get a couple of more folks, that's 5. I say if we get like 7, we should start it.
6.
I mean, screw it. I think we should just start.
Okay. Oh,
Perfect.
7.
PogChamp. Nice. Poggers. Let's just do it. And Ripley. Oh. Start it, because it automatically resets every time somebody comes in. Okay, good. Good. We have it. Let's start. Yes!
I'm trying.
I know, it's so annoying, because sometimes it'll
Uh-oh.
sometimes it'll stop the timer when you're oof. It'll start the timer whenever you uh-oh, somebody got the dead.
Oh.
Where? Oh, I have all caps lock, look at that.
What happened?
They think it's 666. The green near the brig.
I think they're right.
Yeah, there's 2. Okay, I'm gonna vote for them. I don't think that they're lying. Me thinks they're not lying. A unanimous, almost virtually unanimous decision. I bet they're one. Let's see. If not, somebody lied. Oh, they caught him. Okay, that's good. That's good. They got 1. That's good. I have to admit, like, this map is,
It's nice.
yeah, it's much more, like, I think it's much more, like, better developed than the original Among Us maps. Four. God. Okay. Oh no. Okay, well, somehow they fixed it. That's good. I will do that. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's right. I saw that, by the way. That was a great debate. Oh, somebody locked me in here. Huh,
Yeah,
that's
I
fun.
was in a room and I went to leave and I couldn't get back out.
Yeah, that's weird. But there was a couple of people with me, so I don't know, maybe...
I don't even know where the hell I am. I went a different way than I did last time and I got lost. There's Almond. I'm gonna follow him and see what's up.
We've got messed up we've got messed up cons. Oh. Well, I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to fix the comms. If you guys give me just a bit. Aha!
I forgot how big this map was. Like, way bigger than all the other ones.
Oh yeah.
Emergency meeting.
Yeah, I saw a,
What the hell? So, who did what?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
I'm on the bridge. There's nobody even near me.
So there's two people fighting each other. So I think one of them is lying. I think one of them is lying.
Tie.
Cargo Bay, the kitchen? Let's go to the kitchen. Yeah, somebody's lying.
See. Oh shit, we just got locked in.
I can't move.
Why can't you move?
Okay, there we go.
Okay, there. I got the door open. Why can't I go up this ladder? Oh, there it goes.
Fun. Burger. Onions. Come on. Onions. Thing, then the tomato. Okay, somebody got it.
I got it. Black was following me,
I think they're lying. One of them is lying.
and White's following me now too.
They think you're it, but I think one of them is lying.
Maybe because I got lost at first and I couldn't find my way. I'm gonna stick with you.
I mean, I don't know. For all I know, and for all they know, they could be right. But, yeah, the only thing I would say is, like,
Alright, put the rifles away. What the hell? Now it doesn't want me to put the rifles away? Oh yeah, it does. Shit. It's not working. And why do I keep getting locked in when I go in a room?
how come I can't use this? It's telling me to do here, but it's not allowing me to. That's so
Yeah,
weird.
It just did that to me with the rifles. Uh-oh, avert crash course.
I think we're having a glitch because, like, there was a point in time where I can't even see. I couldn't even move.
And why are we crashing again? Oh, shit. And here's White all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's with me.
Suspicious. Oh, he's with you? Okay.
There he goes. I think he's
I just averted the crash.
Yeah, we.
Course.
I don't know. Seems suspect.
That's weird that all the tasks worked for me but one of them. Wonder why.
Yeah, I was trying to get a electrical task to work, but it wasn't. Yeah, thinking Saber Cat. He's. Okay, how do I get over there though? The only thing I would say is like make the character speed just a little bit faster. Other than that, good. Come on. Jeez. Why is it a bad read?
This is really different for me playing this on my Switch.
Oh, come on.
And this one's not working for me. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, see, it's pointing to electrical stuff. It's not really working. Electrical calibrate distributor. Where is electrical? Cargo bay. Fix the wires, okay.
Emergency meeting. The white one again. Now they're saying I'm the one.
Yeah, so somebody's lying. Somebody's lying. I don't know. Somebody's lying. This is win or lose. Oh, I don't know. Win or lose. Oh.
Oof. Oof. Carlos.
No! Oh, well, I mean, yeah. I was like, oh, this is the deciding vote. Somebody's lying.
Oh, booey.
Oh, shoot. COBEHF. COBEHF. Sorry. Alright. Okay, we can play, yeah, let's do it. Got 4. E 6 7. Just need a couple more. We could try starting it. 9 8 8. And can we get another one for the final 10? Yeah, I mean, just try to start it, see if it'll let you.
Oh, I forgot I'm doing this on my Switch.
Yeah, on the Switch. Alright, that works. Okay, so we need to do
All of it.
yeah.
I like being an imposter.
Yeah, I think it's harder than I think it's harder than bringing being the crew member. Oh. Do I need to do anything here? Nope, I need to.
Uh-oh, somebody's following me.
Oh.
Kitchen.
Did anybody see anything?
I know who that is. I know Pink IRL.
Yeah, they said already. Wait a minute. Did they say? Okay.
Well, I know it wasn't yellow. Yellow was behind me. So I'm gonna vote white. If you had no idea where it was, and yellow was behind me, and it wasn't pink, it must have been white.
Yeah, that's a good point.
ADT, saw ADT vent. Oh, really?
Wait, how did you see that if that never happened?
We're about to find out. Oh, you little shit. I knew it. And I knew yellow was trying to kill me. I'm like, oh shit, they're lining up on me. I'm from the city. When this happens in the city, you about to get got.
Oh man, I really wanted to or to be the imposter on the last game because I do have to get going, but I'm so glad. Hey, to be fair, we both won as imposters. To be fair, we both won as imposters. Oh man, but the thing is, I actually
knew better once I started getting logical in the tone of your voice when you responded.
What's
gave you away.
but what's funny is I didn't vent. That's the thing. Like I'm like, wait, that never happened. I didn't vent. Who said?
I know, but the tone of your voice when you said that.
Oh, who said that I vented?
I forgot.
I was thinking about it. Maybe they saw me in front of a vent, and they thought that I had vented. But if you go back and check the VOD, I never actually did that. So I don't know how they would do that unless they were trying to point the finger at me. Which I mean, they were right. They were right, of course. But I just thought that was pretty funny. Oh man, that was great. Unfortunately.
Oh, Karina left.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I do have to get going.
You got time for one more.
No, I really don't. It's already 3:40. I've got to.
Really?
Yeah. Time flies when you have fun, especially with all these wonderful folks hanging out with us today.
I don't believe that it's already 3:40.
Yeah, it is. It is. Let me see who we can start picking for a raid. Tina, always a good choice. Yeah, I think we're gonna head out to Tina's channel. She's a fantastic streamer.
That was new. I never had to polish the ruby before.
Interesting. All right, folks. Unfortunately, I do have to get going. At least for me. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. I appreciate all of you guys being here. A special thank you to Ben's community, who showed us massive love. So I'm gonna shout out Ben again. Bleep, Blomp, Ben. Make sure you hit the follow button and check out their channel, and of course. Make sure you follow us if you enjoyed the content. We do news and politics Monday through Thursday. On Saturdays, we hang out here. We do usually pretty chill stuff, and we play some games. We show some kitty cats. We show some news articles. We do it all here on Saturday Caturday. You're very welcome. A special thank you to Nowhere Man. In case anybody
And
here
2 stars, mom.
Yes, and 2 stars mom. In case anybody wasn't here, Nowhere Man is the 3rd member of A Difficult Truth, the band. So we know him in IRL. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate that. Live long and prosper. Thank you so much, guys. As always, please take care of each other. Please stay safe. We love you all, and we hope to see you. It's trying to get your video on? Okay. Okay. Yay. I think we fixed it. Yes? No.
Why won't Discord show up? Oh, now it's on this screen. It just is doing whatever the hell it wants.
Yeah, I know. Discord isn't optimal. I mean, we've tried everything. If this brand new computer that can handle streaming, that can handle video gaming and all this other stuff simultaneously didn't fix the problem, it's just Discord that doesn't like us. Cause see, right now it's just a blank screen.
Okay,
No,
I
thank you for hanging out with us.
got it.
You got it? Okay, yay, there we go. So guys, once again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Please hang with us as we head on over to Tina's channel. They do fantastic, chill, awesome content, and very funny too. So I appreciate all of you guys. Make sure you hit that follow button on your way out. If you're on YouTube, like the stream, do all the other stuff. Yes, Discord is very glitchy. I see you. How's it going? Love y'all. Thank you. Some IRL friends are hanging out with us. Some IRL friends and family. They're really family. We say they're friends, but they're really family. Well, Karina's your sister.
One of them is family.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, one of them is actually literally family. But they're all fam. I see you, Nowhere Man. I see you. I was about to say, yeah, I know.
She's got a car now. Watch out. She'll come whoop your ass.
Alright, folks. As always, please stay safe. Please take care of each other. We love you all. And we hope to see you guys in the next stream. See ya!
See ya!
Alright, we're gonna head out to Tina's channel. Let me go over here. Alright, folks, stick with us, and alright. Everybody get ready to show some awesome love to Tina_2. Show them the difficult truth, love, and respect as always. Thank you guys,
Yes.
and we're heading out in 5, 4, 3,
3,
2, 1.
1.
Here we go.
Bye. Okay. Sorry, we were still signing off.